Hey, it's me, Goku.
When you're recording and stuff like that, get hit. Pardon me, I have a cough today.
What we do isn't irreplaceable.
We spend many, many years training to make it look so easy.
That's the biggest flex.
That's the biggest flex I've ever seen, guys.
Goku pulling up.
A little bit loud.
Goku pulling up. Bro, I'm brown in Pakistan. I can do balle balle and light bulb, brother. That's what I can do.
That would be me, I guess.
Hey guys, it's Humi the Pokédon here. I'm with my right hand and left hand and all the hands combined, Mr. Mohib Card Flex. And he can have the name Card Flex, but HobbyCon has the biggest flex because we're doing the podcast with Cynthia.
Hey guys, I'm Emily Bauer, voice of Cynthia, Dawn, Officer Jenny, and tons of other characters on Pokemon.
Mr. Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
We have Whitebeard.
That would be me, I guess.
And we have Powder from Arcane.
Hi, this is Mia Sinclair Jenness.
That's the biggest flex.
That's the biggest flex I've ever seen, guys.
Like we have all the animes here.
What about one area?
Huh?
What about him?
What about him?
What about me?
He's awesome. He's
He's
awesome.
trying to put me on the spot. He's just trying to put me on the spot. It's fine. No, it's okay.
So, rapid fire question round, okay? I want to know what is the most difficult part of voice acting.
I think people underestimate how difficult voice acting is as a whole. The challenge is having to give a compelling, honest performance without being able to physically use your body while you're recording. I think that's probably the most difficult thing that people don't really realize.
I guess this is just an easy thing to do. No, we spend many, many years training to make it look so easy.
And you are all trained actors by profession.
Well, one of the great things, and my fellow actors here can actually talk about this, is there's no one path to success in acting and performance. You can start from so many different places and find success differently. So some people will take a more trained route. I'm a trained performing artist.
It's a different era where your numbers on Instagram can influence whether you get a job sometimes.
Mr. Bruce, what do you think about in your career? You said you have over 40 years of experience, you said?
Yeah, 35 years on stage, I suspect. Before I ever started doing this.
And what do you feel is the most challenging part being an actor?
Of being an actor or being a voice actor?
Actor.
I was trying to think about that when you asked that question. I haven't felt terribly challenged. I will every time you go in and to record something new. It's its own kind of challenge, but it's something I enjoy, and I don't think of it as being difficult. What first came to mind when you said that was when I have done characters or particular scenes with characters where they are being very physical or fighting or something like that. When I've been in the booth recording for recently for a Dragon Ball Z video game as Captain Ginyu, and there was a lot of physicality and a lot of, and we were in there for about 2.5 hours with a break, but nonetheless, by the end of 3 hours of recording, there was a lot of physical stuff, a lot of they want very physical reactions, and you do use your body in the booth when you're recording and stuff like that. Get hit. Pardon me, I have a cough today.
I thought you were acting.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It can be very physical, and it can be very tiring. That 3-hour video game session I did a few weeks ago, I sat out in my car for a while afterwards and just kind of breathed heavily for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really athletic. It is
it can be.
for something where people think you use just your voice. It really is a whole body exercise. And I'd love to actually answer your question about what you think the most challenging part of acting and voice acting is. I think it is the value of the work and the creativity and how much it impacts society. You have a lot of people again, and I love tools. I think their society is headed in a wonderful direction, but AI right now is a really big challenge for people in a lot of different fields. And you know, I just want to touch on the fact that we're all actual real humans, and we bring emotion to our art, and art cannot exist without the human
Do you guys
component.
worry about the AI situation?
Yes. It's not even necessarily that I worry about it, it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad that people, at least at this particular moment in time, seem to be valuing human art and emotion and creation less and less every day, despite the fact that it can quite literally never be replaced. What we do is an irreplaceable skill and a gift, and the more people start to realize that, and the more people start to take that seriously, because it is one of the most important things in the world, if not the most important thing in the world, is connection and creativity. The more people understand that, I think the easier it will start to become to reconcile.
And if I can actually just jump in there, one of the reasons I think conventions are so popular right now is that people are really craving that connection.
That
So
connection, yeah.
here on one hand, you have people that are like, art can be done by computers. And on the other hand, we're all sitting here today because the desire for a community exists in spaces like this. So this can never be replicated. What we do can never be replicated, and the emotional component attached to that can never be replicated.
Can I be a little bit of devil's advocate here?
Please.
Like, this is just coming in my head right now. Like, don't you think, like, if for example, if I'm a director, right, and I like working with Emily, I like working with Peter, Bruce, Mia, I'm like, okay, you know what, guys, I'm gonna give you a ton of work, and we sign an agreement, and we're like, okay, you know what, just say certain words in your voice or whatever. I'll record that. I'll put that in ChatGPT, and you can be working on 50 projects at once. Wouldn't that be amazing?
No.
No.
So first of all, I'm a
That would be
member.
amazing, but
Yeah.
but it would kill the. I feel like it would kill the whole
The emotion.
emotions behind it. You know, as I haven't watched much anime myself, but I've watched a little bit of Pokemon. You know, since I've got into this hobby, and me meeting the voice actor behind that specific Pokemon just brings the
But
joy.
that's technically them, though.
No, I hear what you're saying. So first of all, I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild, which is the professional union of screen actors, and they govern most of our contracts. And there's been a really big fight against exactly what you're talking about cloning, replicating, digitizing, using in perpetuity. Look, if I can sit back, I always joke that I'm looking for the job where I have off from Sunday to Saturday and I get paid full time, right? But number one, the control of my image and likeness is incredibly important to me and probably to a lot of other people. Number two, no fakes, digital fraud is on the rise, and crimes are being committed to civilians and celebrities every day. And, you know, not to go into that, but if you use your imagination, some of this is really, really devastating to people in many ways.
you
So
have this in your
control.
contract now, the cloning part?
Some contracts will allow
Yes.
you, yeah, so some contracts are allowing under specific circumstances for actors to be scanned, cloned under background contracts, things like that. You have a crowd scene. But you have to read your contract. Yeah, you have to know what you are getting into. If actors that are protected in other ways are able to negotiate that for themselves, you're going to get a camp of actors that are absolutely abhorred by it and say, under no circumstances, art cannot be replicated. And under certain circumstances, there's a lot of controversy with actors after they've passed away, what to do with some of these iconic characters. And at the discretion.
I don't even think that you could be very honest.
Yeah, so, James Earl Jones Jones is a really famous example of that right now. His estate has licensed his voice under specific circumstances. I don't know the terms of the deal in the agreement, but our union has signed off on it.
Who is he, if you can tell us viewers? Like,
James Earl Jones, he is the voice of Darth Vader. He is the voice of Mufasa.
And he's still the voice of Arby's.
Yeah.
We have
Right.
the meat.
And he actually sold the voice. He actually sold his entity, so to speak, prior to his death. That it could be used.
And I feel like that's a good thing. You know, he signed
That's
out.
his
Good
own.
for his-
that's his
good
own
for his
choice.
family,
Good for
I
his legacy
assume.
and
Yeah,
his family.
yeah.
And that's the autonomy, but when you do it without someone's permission. Now, I just want to get back to what you're saying, because if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to pay you X amount of money, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and you can just sit back, relax, and collect your checks.
I'm thinking about this from the business point of view.
Sure. Look, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of people will say, yes, absolutely, where do I sign? And there are so many unknowns. I've watched too many episodes of Black Mirror to, trust that a contract I sign now, that anything that says in perpetuity, I don't know. So again, it's a personal choice. There are starting to become some allowances for that. And some that are not. I left a very popular show when the contract had a clause. No, it actually doesn't matter. No, and I never will. But those of you who know. I left a very popular show because the contract wanted to retain the right. Not that they were doing it at that moment, but they wanted to retain the right to do anything they wanted with my voice, train AI. And they were not ready at that time to change their
This
contract.
is recent?
This is in the past few years, past 5 years or so.
This is when AI was just coming up.
So I had concerns. They said, what's the problem? I said, I have concerns. And, at that point, we could not meet eye to eye. It has taken many, many years. But while it did not work out for me, my fight and my stance and the work I've done and helped to do behind the scenes has changed that contract for other actors now in the
That
future.
is
for you.
amazing.
It had come to my attention from another actor along the lines of the same topic, and she sent me an email and she said, go to this site. They are advertising that they can produce Peter Kelamis's voice as well, and you just plunked in your dialogue, and it spit me out.
Oh man.
So I sent the site a notice saying to cease and desist immediately, and it was down within 20 minutes. But they will pop up again. So they're already
And if
stealing
not
us.
them, somebody else, like
They're
a
already stealing
cockroach.
people.
AI is getting stronger by the
But do
day.
you think the majority of artists share your viewpoints?
Yeah.
I think that for new artists who feel like this is their opportunity to get a foot in the door, some of them are so desperate that they will work for free. And I think people who do not have the experience or the guidance to know any better will say yes, and it will help perpetuate a race to the bottom, but talent cannot be replicated or replaced, and they're still new. And hopefully it will, I guess, just equalize at some point. But I feel like that's a lot, people that don't know any better.
One thing I want to add to it, it also, how do I say this, adds value to yourself. So like, let's just say if you're new and you join the community, the voice acting community, and then a big opportunity comes by and the contract says what was presented to you. As a new voice actor, of course I would be like, let me just sign this because it's a big opportunity. I wouldn't want to miss it. But sometimes it's good to miss these types of opportunities because now there's you can use your voice without being it like, how do I say this? Without giving out all your rights. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah.
I unfortunately have to
Mia,
go.
unfortunately, has to
Okay.
go. I'm so
Yes.
sorry, Mia.
No, not at
you for
all.
your
Thank you for
time.
having me.
And thank you for your feedback.
Before you guys go, can I
Oh,
ask
I
you
think-
guys a question? Can
yeah,
I ask
yeah.
all you guys a question? There's a lot of scrutiny about, sometimes our organization, people talk whatever. How was your experience with Yumi, HobbyCon? Can you guys just talk, just literally everybody just a minute before she leaves?
Yeah, I mean,
Second time.
this is actually our second show here at HobbyCon. Really kind people, great vendors, and fun guests to hang out with. So we're happy to be here.
Ditto.
I did. Yeah, I agree as well. Wonderful people, and I'm not just saying it because you're right in front of me.
Nice
But
about
you
me,
know,
Peter.
but it makes a big difference when people that are running an event actually care, because that becomes very apparent very quickly.
Yeah.
And again, it reflects on the guests as well. We're happy to be here and dealing with
No, you
people
guys are
that,
awesome, man.
Yeah,
That are
thank you
cool.
so much for having
makes all
us.
the difference. So thank you.
Mia, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll let you go.
Thank you guys.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Mia got plans.
Bye. All right.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I thought she'd never leave.
Yeah.
Oh, is this thing
Still
on?
here, she can hear you.
Somebody call her mother. My God. That's a joke. I'm her mom. I'm her mother. If only I'd been a doctor, she could have followed in my footsteps. We would have been two mother-daughter surgeons, but no, we are mother-daughter voice actors.
Me? I hate doctors. I hate doctors, bro. And one thing I wanted to ask, just out of curiosity, right? So, Peter, you are the OG Goku.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, there was no Goku before you.
Technically, there was. Ian Corlett was the very first Goku. He didn't do it for very long. He left the role, and it opened up rather quickly after that. So, although technically I am the second, I am the Goku that I think the majority of people in that age bracket grew up on.
Well,
So you've done 3 movies, you said, for
I did
Dragon.
the first 3 movies of
The first Dragon Ball Z.
franchise. Yeah.
Okay. Because you know, when people like look online,
Yeah.
they really have to find what Peter Kelamis and his association with Dragon Ball Z. So I want you to let the viewers know how like how many episodes you did with Dragon Ball Z, and what kind of like when did the movies come out? A little bit about your background on Dragon Ball Z.
The episodes.
Tell us your journey.
Yeah, that was my journey. The episode, it's a kind of a weird question because I should be able to tell you the number exactly, but we would do episodes that aired in certain portions of the world, like the States and Canada, and other episodes that were renumbered that were shown in Europe. So it was between 50 to 60 range if you kind of look at it in a certain way, and plus the movie. So it should be an easy question, but it's not.
Do you become Super Saiyan in the movie or no?
Yeah, I was the very first one to go Super Saiyan, which was
Okay.
pretty cool.
Wow.
Because I remember at the time we had not really seen the show.
He's gonna go
And
Super
the,
Saiyan right
and
now.
the director was there and he goes, "Oh, you go Super Saiyan." I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" He goes, "Well, you know, he powers up and his hair changes." And I'm like a perm?
Okay, this is the
It
fan.
changes blonde, from dark to blonde. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And the power up is so powerful it changes his follicles. Let's do it. So we did, but there were numerous times during the record where, because we were recording right off the Japanese track, Japanese video, Japanese audio, that we had to have things explained to us. Like, this is what's happening here. This old guy is your trainer. Okay. All right.
So when was the last time you went like the Super Saiyan scream? When did you do that?
An hour ago.
Today, maybe an hour ago.
Could you do one for the camera?
I don't know. Are you allowed? Are you allowed to?
Yeah, sure.
Super Saiyan.
We're about to get it live.
Dragon Ball Z. Goku. Goku pulling up.
Could have been a little bit loud.
Goku pulling up.
Wow.
White beard, do you approve?
He approved. He was scared for a second. I scared him off a little bit. Yeah.
I didn't. I cover my ears because I'm a sensitive creature, not because it's not very exciting to hear.
Can you
I
try
will.
that? Can you try to?
Bro, I'm brown in Pakistani. I
So
I
yes.
can do balle balle and light bulb, brother. That's what I can do.
I put the moves to it.
I can't do, nah, man.
Ask him.
That's him.
What about the food yesterday?
The food was amazing, I think so, right, sir? Did you like the food yesterday?
oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I was sad to
White beard
miss it.
approved?
White beard approved.
Stamp on it. Why do you approve?
Whitebeard, basically he's always eaten raw fish all his life. So last night was fabulous.
I cooked
Is,
it.
is,
Fish.
is it?
Yes, and it was
It wasn't raw.
not raw.
Yeah.
By the way,
Thank God.
It's pakoda.
oh
Fish
my
pakoda.
God, that was so good.
Nice.
Do you guys face a lot of political things in your career? Like, this guy doesn't like me, he guys like me, I should do this, or if I do this, it will happen. Do you face that a lot, or is your career is like?
Office politics exist in any
But you don't work in an
office.
office though. Like, do you have like
It
agents,
is an
politics?
office, yeah, but I still, when I go to the studio, I'm going to the office. That's my office. That's my place of work.
So you still have people you deal with, and this
Absolutely.
guy
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
like this guy, that guy doesn't like this guy. You're not
So,
coming to this con because this guy doesn't like you. Does that happen to you?
I think that you asked a couple of different questions because first you talk about like going to conventions, who do you want to spend your time with? But you also asked about like kind of politics about employment. And I think that people want to work with people that they enjoy spending time with, right? So you're not going to want to invite everybody that you work with into your home, but like any career, your office politics and how you act professionally are really important. You go in, you do your job, you show up on time, you do the job you're hired to do. That's the bare minimum that can be expected. So when I go to the office, there are certain things that are expected of me. From there, you're going to have people that have things in common that they're going to connect on, and people that you want to spend time with. Voice acting is also a very solitary job, so we don't typically record in the same studio with one another at the same time. I go in, I record all of my lines, and then I will high five the next actor in the hallway. We chat for a few minutes, and that's it. The people that I'm working with, depending on the type of job I'm working for in animation, for example, my director of the episode, my voice director, my sometimes producers are on the line. Sometimes it's just your engineer and you. So all of those office politics still exist even with what we do, right? So in terms of like, any kind of advice that I can give to aspiring actors is be the type of actor that people want to work with. That doesn't mean being a yes man or woman and saying yes to everything. Doesn't mean staying longer or doing more than you're necessarily supposed to. But, the professional behavior, the hard work that is involved, come in prepared, come in on time, come in ready to work.
I'm
That's it.
Just to add to that, your daughter is so professional.
Thank you.
Like I'm a very observant person, and I see the way she talks, the way she walks, super professional. I think you did an awesome job with it.
So I really appreciate that. For those of you that don't know, Mia Sinclair Jenness is my actual literal daughter, and she started performing when she was 6 years old. She made her debut in the Broadway National Tour of Les Miserables. She was 6, and even before that, she had started to do voiceover work because she grew up watching me. From a very young age, she had a job, which meant that she, again, had to show up on time. That work ethic that is there is something that can be instilled.
She learned it early.
Well, theater is a wonderful skill that even if you are not aspiring to be a professional performer, I mean, I can say it all day long till I'm blue in the face. The skills that performing help you to grow and nurture in your life can be translated into almost any field that you choose to pursue.
In the acting field, I mean, I have non-actor friends who sometimes ask about what auditions are like and stuff like that. And it's like, do you remember? I say, do you remember the last time you went for a job interview that you really wanted? Like, yeah. Were you nervous? Yes. Great. Now multiply that with like 6 or 12 people in the room, and not only do you have to be scrutinized by everything you say and do, you have to memorize every bit of your dialogue that you're going to say to them and make it believable. Now, how much pressure do you think you'll feel then? Well, a lot. Well, that's what we have to do every time we try to work. Every time.
And now
now
job interview every day, sometimes multiple times a day.
Right.
For your entire life.
Right. And I know friends that have
Right.
friends that are in casting, like casting assistants, and it is incredible sometimes the reasons that you hear why people don't get roles. That you're like, wow. Like they leave, oh great, that was a great job, and the door closed, and they're like, that person looked exactly like my ex-girlfriend. Not happening.
I've actually gotten that.
Absolutely happened. Absolutely happened.
I was told I didn't get a job once because I reminded the director of his ex-wife.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
What's the crazy? Have you ever heard anything? But it's subjective. Like, have you ever?
What about you, Mr. Bruce? Have you had something experienced like this?
I'm kind of out of that end of the game. I used to go on film auditions, TV auditions, things like that. And certainly I did a lot of theater auditions my whole life. But I have not, I've kind of been out of that end of the game for a while. So I have not done film or TV in quite a while. I have not done auditions for either for quite a while. These days, I'm just a voice actor.
He's
Never just.
offer
Yes, never
only,
just.
so he's like, I don't need to audition. You know who I am, and you know how to reach me.
Well,
yes, and
Mic
that's
drop.
okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm still auditioning, but sometimes I go into the studio to audition, but I haven't even done that in a while. Mostly I'm auditioning at home on my less than fabulously professional setup, but that is suitable to do auditions. Not suitable for professional recording, but suitable for doing an audition and sending it in. So I send my auditions in to Crunchyroll, and I do get announcements of auditions from time to time. But a lot of times, and I will get a small percentage of those. I suppose these days, I'm in the studio less than I used to be, certainly, but I have still been going in. I've been going in once a week, once every couple of weeks. And the directors that have worked with me that I have known, in some cases I've known for 20 years or almost 20 years, will just ask for me. You know, I just do,
And that leads back to what you were saying about
Professionalism.
working with people that you enjoy working with.
So you reminded somebody of your ex-wife?
There are listen.
Back to it, eh?
What?
So
Sure.
that in and of itself is,
Is that director still existent? Like he's alive?
yes.
Like he's
No,
popular?
directors
Yes,
don't die
listen,
right after. That's
Liz,
why-
you know, once if somebody doesn't hire me, they don't immediately
No,
go
I'm-
6
you know,
feet
yeah,
under.
Yeah, that's right.
No. What I'm
so-
saying.
should.
They
because
obviously-
someone is in a position to hire you does not make them professional. So, you know.
This was a very professional production. It was a TV series. But what I
Wow.
really no. What we do here evokes an emotional response. The reasons that you will book or not book a show or a role have less sometimes to do with your qualifications and more to do with
With
things
you.
that can be very subjective, right? And that is truly the nature of being a performer. It is frustrating, but there are things that are inside your control and things that are out of your control.
I thought it was only
And
me.
gentlemen, do you worry about the things in this industry that are out of your control? Because I don't.
Probably more than I should. I try not to, but you can't shake it sometimes. But
I
you're
do. I
absolutely
try
correct.
to shake it. That's not in
What
my
kind
control.
of things are not in your control?
I'll tell you the things that are in my control, which I've already said.
Are.
Yeah, the things that are in my control are turning in my auditions on time, making sure that I stay healthy so that I can do my job, that I stay up to date on what kind of shows are being cast and kind of staying relevant in that. What is not in my control, if the role is written for somebody who is a MMA black man, I'm not
Hey, I'm not
I'm not going to be the direct. I'm probably not. Probably. I don't want to count myself out, but I'm not going to be the first choice on that role. That is out of my control. Looking like someone's ex-wife and having them be like, she just reminds me of my ex-wife,
Damn.
is out of my control.
pretty wild.
I'm not going to worry about it. It has nothing to do with my voice, nothing to do with my performance.
Yeah.
There's one example where I did not get a role.
Very confused.
It was during the movie Watchmen. Do you remember Zack Snyder?
Oh,
film
gosh,
Watchmen?
yes.
So I went in and I got a call to audition for Richard Nixon,
Okay.
Nice.
which I'd never really attempted before, but I studied it hard for a good week, and I got the voice down pretty well on the cadence of the body.
I'll bet
and
you
the
were
whole
really
thing.
good
Yeah,
too.
well, I really worked hard at it. I really did, and I
And
went
that's in your
in.
control, working hard, preparing.
Working hard preparing, thank
Yeah.
you. And I went into the audition, and Zack Snyder was there in person, along with his other people. And I had to go up and do this big speech in front of what would be a presidential podium. Did it, the yell cut, and Zach's like looking around his people going, that was great. Are you are you available in September to come down for like prosthetics? And they don't usually tell you things like that at the
At an
audition.
audition.
And at this
yeah.
point, when somebody, they're in the room and they're talking about stuff like that,
Yeah,
what do you think?
you
You're
think
like,
you got it.
oh,
Done deal.
You
great.
think you got it. And he's like,
booked it, baby.
great. And he goes, have you done prosthetics before? Yes. Fantastic. Okay. And then he looks around and he does the nod to everybody, and everybody nods back. And okay, great, Peter, thanks for coming in. And by the time I even get home, my agent's called saying they really like you. This is kind of the time frame. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking this is looking really good. But then a couple of weeks go by and I hadn't heard anything. And I called my agent. I said, have we heard anything? And he goes, I just got the call. Apparently your tape went to the studio and all these studio execs sat around, watched your audition, and conversation started. And one guy said, that's what I was told, well, Richard Nixon is an American icon. We should get an American to play him.
Oh my.
What?
And then in my mind, I'm like, didn't Frank Langella play him? Didn't Anthony Hopkins, an Englishman, play
Oh my
him?
gosh.
It made no sense to me.
Oh.
But somebody high up decided at the meeting.
Somebody with power. Yep.
I don't think we should hire this guy because of his nationality. Nothing to do with the audition, and I didn't get it. So it's something completely
control
beyond
that?
my control. The only thing I could control is going in and having a good audition, and I believe I did that, but I didn't get the part.
Wild story.
That is a wild story.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
And you're Canadian,
I'm Canadian. Yeah.
so you're not even Pakistani, Indian, none of that. And
Well,
still,
It is.
Peter, you know how bad that is, Peter?
Well, it's just if you have no chance,
give us no hope.
then we have no chance at all. We're done.
Brother, imagine
They
all of
actually
that.
cast me as next
Imagine
time.
all of
Did
that
they?
and your name
Oh,
is
I
Jafar.
felt it.
Yeah, Bill
I was their
Maher.
backup.
she got Nixon.
I
She
was
didn't tell
actually
me.
their backup.
Prosthetics. I didn't
My
even know.
passport.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Man.
Thank you for that, by the way.
All
What,
right.
what,
Just handed it right
what
to
were
me.
some of the hardest moments or those times that you felt like you
Giving
wanted to
up.
quit in your career, but you didn't? You kept
Wanted
going.
to
Let's start
quit?
with Mr. Bruce.
Wanted to quit? Never.
You're never a quitter.
I feel like he's a
No.
fighter.
Yeah, that's
You kept
you're
fighting.
never a
I feel
quitter.
like
I
everything
never-
else in life.
Well, I guess I've been disappointed at not getting stuff that I thought maybe I did a good job for. And I have to think back. I had a couple of TV auditions and movie auditions where I thought, oh, I got a shot at this, and it didn't happen, for one reason or another. But I never thought, well, now what am I going to do? Well, I guess I'll go back. I'll go to law school. That's never come up for me.
I do love law school.
I've been an actor my whole life, and I will die an actor. So
for the younger generation, like my generation, when they hear that, they don't have that grit and grind. We would, our generation has faced a lot of mental health issues, right?
Yeah.
Harming yourself, just getting down.
sure.
Like what made you keep pushing through that moment?
What generation is this? Harming yourself?
I'm saying we're soft. We're softer than the older generation. We get overwhelmed and then we shut down. But what made you keep going to kind of enlighten us?
I think for them that was the only thing. Survive. Right, sir?
I didn't feel I was all that good at anything else. This is what I'm good at. And this is what I love. There was really not an option. And I guess I'm have enough talent, but I am also fortunate in that I have been able to keep working. So, I've never really had a point where it's like, okay, I did this, and I didn't get any of them for a year or for 2 years or something. And so my career's over. I've never gotten to that point. So I am fortunate in that respect.
About it, if I stay at 8 to 4 job, there's a certain limit that I'll hit, of course, that my pay threshold or something like that. But since I was a kid, I always wanted to inspire others. I always picked up a camera. I always wanted to record. I made many YouTube channels. I've done everything of social media. So that's why I knew that it was my passion in my heart. And the only thing that mattered to me now was time. Work was taking majority of my time, and I was kind of high level in the team when I was working for the government. So they needed me a lot, and that was taking a lot of my time. So I didn't want to regret that. So I said, let me leave something that I've studied my whole life for something that's,
That you're passionate and excited
And
about.
both
but
of us come
scared.
from
No
very
guarantee, no
traditional
safety net.
background.
yeah.
Our parents don't get what we do, So when I started HobbyCon, my father thought I was like going through a midlife crisis, and he was like, "Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you?" And it was just so
Thanks
tough,
for the support.
you know. But you know what? My dad has only said one time in his life that he's proud of me was the first time he saw the videos of HobbyCon. That was a very very touchy and emotional day for me, because that day he cried and he said he was proud of me, first time in his life.
Wow.
Ever 35 years man took. He's proud of me 35 years. And coming to this gentleman too, his family is very traditional too. They didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah.
Like Mohib, where are you going? Like card flag. What is this
Every
card?
weekend you're traveling on the bus. They thought I was going
But
crazy.
now his father is so proud of him. Like his brother was not into Pokemon at all, so now he sees, like, he handles all the Ottawa and all the Montreal regions for HobbyCon. So now he sees, like, Mohib is now so getting popular. So many people like him.
Ha!
Yeah, now he wants to jump on board also.
Wow.
So, and I would love my brother to jump on board also, because me and him are very tight. So this is something that I'm happy now. I get to do with my brother. You know what I mean?
Look, sharing what you love and wanting other people to, love it too, that's something I think that we can all relate to, because we are here connected by this community and people who are excited and passionate. And when it's your family and you can share that together, that's great. We're your chosen family.
The gentleman behind the camera saw this guy. I stole him.
Yeah.
I stole Saad.
Like,
Well, you'll hear the story how we stole him.
like,
Should I talk about this, Saad, or no? Okay. So he used to work for another influencer. So I invited the influencer to my show, and then Saad came along too, and I became friends with him. And then I was like, "Yo, just
dude,
Yeah.
But to be fair,
choices are choices.
At that time, we were doing shows for autism. Remember?
yeah.
So that's why I came, because I wanted to support autism. That was the first thing that for me, because I didn't know Pokemon. I didn't know anything about none of this.
And slowly and steadily, stole him.
That's what basically
Got him.
he did.
So you didn't know anything about Pokemon
But I like how
cards?
he had a cause with his shows. He wanted to give back to autism. When I met him, he told me his oldest son.
We donate like
has
profits
autism.
to like a charity, autumn charity. We used to support Jake's house. Now we support another charity. But I stopped promoting this. Before, I used to promote this on my website and everything, because people start like really giving me like a hard time about this. Like I don't ask anybody for money for donations. Have I asked you for donations? I've never asked any entry fee from anybody. Neither of my vendors pay. I pay from my pocket. Like, there's some serious haters I have who are a problem with me donating to a charity. Can you imagine this?
Because the hater's gonna hate, hate, hate.
But when it comes, yeah.
I'm just gonna
response.
shake, shake, shake,
He's
shake,
like,
shake. Shake it off.
Sir, sir, have you ever had haters in your career hating on you?
Must have, but I can't think of any.
I like that. You
I
don't
know.
give that
I
attention,
know.
you know?
I know of I can think of a couple of people that I was aware were when I was kind of a big deal in Dallas theater for a while, and I was aware of a couple of people that were definitely jealous of that,
How do you
and
guys
kind
deal
of
with
would make comments.
I want to just point out that it wasn't hate, it's jealousy, and there's a good important distinction there.
Wow. That's
So-
a good one. It's not hate, it's jealousy.
Again, I try to remember that it is jealousy, but you know, I mean, I come from a Greek family, and I had a little bit of a Greek temper, I guess, that I let things get to me more than they should, and you try to bring yourself back to that point where you're like, it's not about me, you try to focus on doing the best job you can,
It's
and
their problem, not your
yeah,
problem.
and put the blinders on and just focus on what you're doing.
We face some serious jealousy, hatred, all of that. Oh my God, very bad, horrible. Like, I try to ignore it as much as possible, but sometimes it hurts, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
Human nature.
Like
You know,
18 shows a month. Can you
as much as
imagine
you don't want to.
how many people come to our shows who can't afford a $5, $10 ticket? Families. So many people come, you know.
You know, people went out of their way to
We are the only show.
interesting things about his son who has an autism.
Yeah, no, I actually do believe it because social
Death
media is where
Pokemon
cowards
cards.
live to say mean things, and that makes me sad.
They were once scheming and they put it on social media that they wanted to buy tables in our show and not show up.
Oh, I saw that in an episode of Hacks.
Dude, like
Really?
Yeah. Oh, sorry if you're not caught up.
No, I'm not.
It's
But still, that's
diabolical.
okay.
Wow. Well, that's you know what? It's a lot of
Evil.
effort. A lot
Lot
of
of
effort.
effort.
I've
of
never seen
effort
him
for
cry, but
hate.
once when he came across, once we were in the car we were driving, he actually cried for that. He was that hurt. He was like, "Why do people hate me that much?"
Yeah,
It was
I
my
can't answer
son.
that
I was
question.
sensitive about.
Yeah, I
You know,
don't
I
like
don't care
people.
about anything else, but if I see this guy, they and all of these keyboard warriors are
Keyboard warriors. I
all
like
from
that.
like fake accounts, right?
Yeah.
So they would come and write on fake account. If you're watching, brother, one day
Count your
inshallah,
days, eh?
one day inshallah, I got white beard on deck.
Yeah.
Okay, I got Goku. Okay, I got Cynthia with a Yarchamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cynthia's
Okay,
Garchomp.
we're coming at you, bro.
Don't forget Card Flex, yo.
Card Flex got you
Coming
too.
at
Yes.
yo. Get ready.
Listen, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for having us.
No, thank you for
thank
coming.
you.
And thank you so much for your time. This was unexpected. I
Yeah.
apologize. And it was such a pleasure having all of you. Mr. Bruce, your infinite wisdom and your
Oh, sorry.
Got a
ringtone is
pizza.
forever.
I think she's called.
It's time to take my pills. I'm old.
Okay, I won't take much of your time. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Another episode for HobbyCon Experience. Mr. Bruce, Peter, and
Emily, Cynthia.
Bauer
Yes. Hey
is
guys.
gonna be. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.